experiences were you hearing about that you wanted to
Because I
try
think education is key in this.
That the Indigenous students
Mysteries of the past.
stereotypes they face.
Action Plan in 2021, but the
Government's performance of Indigenous communities.
Canada.
It's time for a reality check.
Hey folks, welcome back to Reality Check, the podcast where we take the weird world of Indigenous stereotypes and, well, we check them. I'm your host, Ben Mussett, and today we are looking and diving deep into the bizarre world of Indigenous stereotypes in sports branding. Now, before we begin, if you're holding on to your Atlanta Braves foam tomahawk or wearing your Washington Redskins... No, what I meant to say was your Washington... Oh, wait. Your Washington Commanders jersey. Take a deep breath and relax. This podcast is not about cancel culture. I'm here to talk about common sense. So if you come up to me and you start arguing the fact that,
oh, but we've always done it this way.
well, congratulations. You've just unlocked the worst reason to literally do anything. It's the same as saying I've always eaten pizza with pineapple on it, so that must be the right way. Right? Let's kick, slide, no. Let's punt things off into those team names that sound like they were chosen by someone who's watched one of those old Western movies and thought,
Yeah. That's respectful.
Indians, Redskins, Braves, Chiefs. Those names were not chosen by Indigenous people. Shocker, right? They were picked by white owners who probably thought,
yeah, we'll call them the Redskins. That's gotta be respectful, right? Yeah, that'll make us sound tough.
while Indigenous communities were like, yeah. No thanks, bro.
Nope.
And if you were out there like thinking, oh, but it's honoring them. Okay. Well, you don't need a lab to test that logic. Like imagine there was a football team called, I don't know, like, let's just think of like some random, like the Fighting Irish, and had a red-haired leprechaun chugging whiskey at halftime. Wait, never mind. That already exists. Bad example, but hey, at least that stereotype comes with a lucrative mascot. You know what? On that note, let's just go ahead and talk about the mascots. Like, oh man, mascots. Like, I'm sure these people in like the 50s and 60s when they were creating them, like the original idea was like, hey, let's just go ahead, dress a dude in a headdress. Let's go paint his face, like just for fun. And why not have him go dance around like a maniac for halftime? Because nothing says respect like turning a culture into a goofy cartoon character. Right? Like, can we just go ahead and talk about how absurd these mascots, like Chief Wahoo. That guy literally looks like someone who asked a toddler to draw a cartoon character after eating a whole pack of Skittles. And let's just not leave this topic without talking about the Kansas City Chiefs and their infamous tomahawk chop.
It's like watching a stadium full of people try to and fail to read a single history book. Meanwhile, you don't really see like a team called, I don't know, the accountants, where some guy in khakis does some tax returns during halftimes, or get this one, the lawyers, with a mascot who goes ahead and just sues the audience for emotional distress. I mean, like, we could go there, right? I don't know, is that just me, or like... Anyways, next sequence.
If you've made it this far, why not go check us out on social media? Find clips, behind the scenes, and much, much more. Make sure to head to Reality Check Podcast on all socials. I repeat, all socials, and it is absolutely free. That's right, it is free. What is that? It's free. Make sure to head down to TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and support more episodes just like this one.
Man, we've been out here all day. I haven't even had a nibble.
What can I say? Some of us got it, and some of us don't.
Hey, can I have a Dorito? Whoa.
Nice catch.
Any given Saturday. And a little work. And a little play. Hey, little help? And a truck that says no to nothing.
Hi, Dad. Can we give them a ride?
Yeah. The Silverado Trail Boss and Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Want a break from the ads? If you tap now to watch a short video...
Hey, you. Yeah, you. I see you sitting on your couch.
Tired of problematic mascots? Try Respect. It's free, easy to use, and won't make you look like a complete and utter loser.
Okay. Here's the kicker. This really isn't some funny haha moment. There's actual research. Like, there's scientifically backed research showing that these mascots negatively affect Indigenous youth. Like, it lowers their self-esteem, mental health struggles. Basically, it's not that great. Meanwhile, non-Indigenous fans get fed cartoonish, outdated ideas about Native cultures, and then the cycle just continues. And a quick note, if your argument against changing these mascots, it's like, oh, but little kids love that. Remember, little kids also love eating glue and erasers off of pencils. Maybe let's not let them make the big decision here, okay? Look, I get it. Sports teams love their traditions. Who doesn't? It's really what brings the fans together. But here's a thought. What if your mascot was just a normal thing? Like, I don't know, an animal? Or something that doesn't come with 500 years of oppression attached to it? Take the Washington Commanders. Do you really think that Commanders is the most exciting name in the whole world? Of course not. But does it offend an entire demographic? No. So let's progress, people. Or, if you really have to and must go with a cultural theme, why not just work with the community you're representing? How about an actual Indigenous artist designs your logo? Revolutionary. I know. Now imagine a team that was named after something cool and not as controversial. Let's look at a team like the Washington Capitals. They represent patriotism, unity, and actually resonate with its location. Look, I'm not saying let's just go and find a team and name it after a monument. Like, we're not going to walk downtown Chicago and see everyone repping their new Chicago Museum of Illusions jerseys. Like, it doesn't make sense, although the museum is pretty cool. But the point is, there isn't a need to make something controversial in order to act cool. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Whoa!
There's many other ways that you can make it better. For example, you could be the Denver Mountain Goats. Mountain goats are majestic and they live in harsh conditions. That's cool. And best of all, they never committed war crimes. Personally, 10 out of 10 mascot choice. All right, folks. I just want to remind you that this is just a tip of the problematic, controversial iceberg. In upcoming episodes, we'll be covering Indigenous cartoons, Indigenous representations in media, and Indigenous stereotypes in advertisings, from tobacco to tourism. Oh, and don't forget to check out our previous episode on Hollywood's take on Native American culture, where we interview Taika Waititi and his opinions on the Hollywood perspective.
I see many issues within the film industry. It's ruining our youth's future. I hope to see improvements. It can never repeat itself. We will never know.
All right, folks, that's all for today's episode. If your team still has an offensive mascot, maybe it might be time for a rebrand. Thank you so much for listening, and remember, if your team has something that a history teacher would side-eye you for, maybe you should rethink it. Until next time, I'm Ben Mussett, reminding you to cheer for the team without the racism. See ya.